Let's call this meeting of the Aurora City Council for September 12, 2023 to order. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Alderman Yamas?
Here.
Alderwoman Garza?
Here.
Alderman Masiacos?
Present.
Alderman Donnell?
Here.
Alderman Franco?
Here.
Alderman Seville?
Here.
Alderman Tolliver?
Present.
Alderwoman Smith?
Here.
Alderman Bug? Alderwoman Bade?
Here.
Alderman Lash?
Present.
Alderman Warman?
Here.
Mayor Irvin's present.
Let us welcome our new alderman, Tolliver. Well, got to look, he's got his little sign, got a sign there now. Step forward.
It's official.
Welcome him to the council, joining the rest of us here. We appreciate, you applying, appreciate you getting selected, and appreciate you serving our community. So a round of applause for our new alderman. This is your first official meeting. We'll have your official swearing in next Tuesday after that city council meeting or COW meeting. But welcome aboard, brother. All right, is there a motion to approve and appoint Sergeant Barnes? Motion made by Alderman Smith, second by Alderman Garza. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried by voice vote. Tonight's Pledge of Allegiance will be led by, by our new alderman, Brandon Tolliver, and then the identification to be followed by Alderman Donnell. Bug's not here. Start us off.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dear Lord, thank you for bringing us together today to do the work of the city. Please bless us and impart your wisdom so the decisions we make are fair and just. Please look after all of our first responders, police and fire, and those that are in the military. In your son's name, Jesus Christ, amen.
Amen. Great job, Alderman Dale. I know that was on the fly, brother. But you did a great job. Is Mr. Muhammad here today? Do we have any presentations? No, Mr. Muhammad in the other room? All right, well, we will come back to the Mayor's Office of Community Affairs presentations if we need to. Let's go to mayoral appointments. Madam Clerk, will you call the first item under mayoral appointments?
23-0638, a resolution approving the appointment of Samara Galvez to the Human Relations Commission.
Is there a motion to approve this?
So moved.
So moved by Alderman Franco, second by Alderman Garza. Are there any questions or discussions regarding this resolution? There being none, Madam Clerk, will you call the roll?
Alderman Yamas?
Yes.
Alderwoman Garza?
Yes.
Alderman Masiacos?
Yes.
Alderman Donnell?
Yes.
Alderman Franco?
Yes.
Alderman Seville?
Yes.
Alderman Tolliver?
Yes.
Alderwoman Smith?
Yes.
Alderwoman Bade?
Yes.
Alderman Lash?
Yes.
Alderman Warman?
Yes.
11 yes, 0 no.
Motion carries. The resolution is approved. Is Ms. Galvez present in the room with us this evening? You want to stand up so we can recognize and see who you are? Thank you very much for your service. Call the next item under mayor appointments.
23-0640, a resolution approving the appointment of David Pedersen to the Bicycle, Pedestrian, and
So
Transit
moved.
Advisory Board.
Second.
There's a motion made by Alderman Smith, second by Alderman Garza. Are there any questions or discussions regarding this resolution? There being none, Madam Clerk, will you call the roll?
Alderman Yamas?
Yes.
Alderwoman Garza?
Yes.
Alderman Masiacos?
Yes.
Alderman Donnell?
Yes.
Alderman Franco?
Yes.
Alderman Seville?
Yes.
Alderman Tolliver?
Yes.
Alderwoman Smith?
Yes.
Alderwoman Bade?
Yes.
Alderman Lash?
Yes.
Alderman Warman?
Yes.
11 yes, 0 no.
Motion carries. The resolution is approved. Is Mr. David Pedersen in the room with us today? Nope. All right. Call the next person on the resolution.
23-0641, a resolution approving the appointments of Adwik Panda and Sai Ragvaya Yadkuri to the Aurora Youth Council.
So moved. Second.
There's been a motion by Alderman Smith, second by Alderman Garza. Are there any questions or discussions regarding this resolution? There being none, Madam Clerk, will you call the roll?
Alderman Yamas?
Yes.
Alderwoman Garza?
Yes.
Alderman Masiacos?
Yes.
Alderman Donnell?
Yes.
Alderman Franco?
Yes.
Alderman Seville?
Yes.
Alderman Tolliver?
Yes.
Alderwoman Smith?
Yes.
Alderwoman Bade?
Yes.
Alderman Lash?
Yes.
Alderman Warman?
Yes.
11 yes, 0 no.
Motion carries. The resolution is approved. I believe those two young men are still engaged in their youth council meeting at Wabansie Community College. Should they come in the room a little later, we'll stop and take a picture with them. But until then, Madam, you want to come up, Ms. Galvez, and we'll take a picture together in the future. Give her another round of applause.
Nice meeting you.
All right, another round of applause. Now, as I said, I expected the meeting went a little bit long for the youth council over there, so when those two young folks do come in, we'll let them know that they have been approved unanimously by the council. And I know their parents are with them, so they're proud to, to come over to city council today and be recognized. We'll stop and take a picture with them, just let them know that we care about them, we appreciate their service to the youth council as well. All right, let's go on to the next portion of the agenda, public comment. Madam Clerk, do we have any members of the public wishing to offer public comment?
We do, Mr. Mayor.
Will you read the rules of public comment, please?
Pursuant to the Open Meetings Act, all persons shall be permitted an opportunity to address public officials under the rules established and recorded by the council. Under our rules, any person may address the city council for up to 3 minutes with a maximum of 30 minutes allotted for all public comment. No person other than the timekeeper or the chair for the purpose of maintaining order may interrupt a person recognized for public comment during his or her comments. Members of the city council shall not engage with nor respond to a speaker during the time set aside for public comment. Staff is directed to follow up with members of the public with respect to any concerns raised during public comment within the scope of the city's authority following the adjournment of this meeting.
Madam Clerk, will you call the first speaker wishing to offer public comment?
Angela Collier.
Ms. Collier, you have 3 minutes to speak, beginning now.
Good evening, Mayor Irving, City Council. My name is Angela Collier. I am the CEO of Collier Community Center. I'm also the owner of Collier Dine In and carry out catering service, Angela's Hair Salon. I also own Collier Family Hair Care, which was on Lincoln. I'm here tonight to, first of all, I want to thank Marty and Dee and for the Neighborhood Festival grant. Also, Ward 6 Alderman Mike Seville was also a sponsor for Soul Food Sunday. I provided that meal for a free event with back-to-school supplies on August 6th. This is the third year that we offer this event. What I wanted to do was basically open a soul food restaurant in Aurora. My father is Eugene Hicks. He has been open for 51 years. Hicks World's Famous Hot Tamales in Clarksdale, Mississippi. I'm his oldest daughter. I was born in Clarksdale, Mississippi, but I have been a resident of Aurora for 53 years. I'm a licensed chef for 25 years. I also have my permit from the Kane County Health Department. I have ran the State of Illinois food service program for many years. I'm here tonight because I feel that I am one of the ones that Aurora should invest in. I'm a good cook. People love my food. The fish fry has been the bomb. I have witnesses that are even sitting in this room today. And I want to also thank Alderman Bugg and Alderman Yamas. I just started in the project called No More Excuses. We have a lot of people in this city that are homeless. I raised 5 kids as a single parent in the city, so I know what they're dealing with. And a lot of them, I found that they need expungements, they need health care, they need life insurance. They're just walking the street like dead men walking. There has to be some help, basically, and it has to start with a city council investing in people like me that understand what it takes to be delivered, because God delivered me. Thank you for your time.
Madam Clerk, will you call the next speaker?
Sandra Bales.
Ms. Bales, you have 3 minutes to speak, beginning now.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, everyone. My name is Sandra Bales. This is Samuel Bales Stewart, and his father's in the back. Samuel is the reason for wanting to have Samuel's Place. We did a lot of volunteer work throughout the years, and we volunteered a lot with Angela at Collier Community Center. And upon doing that, Samuel decided he wanted to be able to give back to the community. He wanted to be able to give back to other children and do things for children that are in need. So that was the reason, and that was the beginning start of Samuel's Place. And Samuel has just recently turned 16, but he's been doing this since he was about 11. So I'm just sitting in the seat until he's able to take it over once he turns 18. I still talk with him to see what he desires to do and if it's approved by him or not. So what I wanted to talk to you about is Samuel's Place is a nonprofit organization here in Aurora. We're located on the east side of Aurora. I've been in Illinois, and actually I've been here over 60 years, but I've been back and living 50 years here in Ward 7. We did a lot with former Alderman Chiquita Hartburn. She was very close with us, kind of taking Samuel underneath her wing, and then started to work with him with different projects. But some of the programs that we offer, this fall we'll be doing a fall festival, Halloween giveaway, and we'll probably try to do it with Kane and DuPage County, that part of Aurora, together. At Thanksgiving, we do hams and turkey giveaway to seniors and those in need. In December, we do the Toys for Tots program. This will be our 5th year doing it in Kane County. We're also going to pick up DuPage County this season here in 2023. In March, we will be doing an Easter basket giveaway with pictures with the Easter Bunny, and that will be for Kane as well as DuPage County. Summer 24, we'll be doing summer meals program again. And late July, early August of 24, we'll do a back-to-school supply giveaway and feed the children also as well. And October 2024, we'll do the Fall Festival, Halloween again. And then in November, it'll be Thanksgiving with hams and turkeys. And then Toys for Tots will be our annual program. That'll be our 6th year, and we'll be our 2nd year doing it in conjunction with DuPage County along with Kane County. So what I'm asking for is your support. All those that hold a position as an alderperson or chairperson, I'm asking you all to help and to support us as we go forth to do everything that we can in the community. We work with low and moderate income families.
Very much. Your 3 minutes has concluded.
Is it up?
We appreciate it.
I am. I'm 3 seconds behind. Okay, sorry about that. But I just want you all to know and know what we do. And for those that are in your various alder sections, I will put it into your email so you can share it with the people in your area. Thank you.
Madam Clerk, will you call the next speaker?
Joyce Reeves.
Thank you for having me.
Three
Giving
minutes,
respect to
speak
the
now.
mayor and all the staff. Today I bring to you concerns that affect Hesed House tenants. Many remain at the shelter because there's not enough affordable housing. Either they are filled for some like myself, or they don't qualify. The women and men at the shelter deserve the best accommodations. We sleep on cots and no mattresses. I would like to see improvements like better living conditions, resources shared with the tenants, and more space available for all. Thank you for your time.
Madam Clerk, do you have any additional speakers?
We do not, Mr.
All
Mayor.
right. I see we have both Adewik Panda and Asai Shravya Yetukuri that both stepped into the room. You folks, you young people want to stand up so we can all recognize you and see who you are? Just remain standing just for a second. I just want to let both of you know that this city council just passed you unanimously to be a part of our youth council. And I know I was just over at the meeting with you, and it ran a little bit long. We appreciate everything you do, and we're glad that you are on the youth council team. So if you don't mind, if you come up front and take a picture with me, I'd appreciate it. I'm going to take one first, just with our young people, and I'll let your family come down and jump in the picture with them, so they can have one. You guys want to come in? See. And the family wants to come up, I know.
Hey, Ted,
Very proud of your little
Ted.
young ones here.
could you mute the iPad so we don't hear all the clicking?
Very well, very
Thank
well.
you.
There we go. Another round of applause. All right, I know you guys are busy young people, and I'm sure that Aurora Youth Council isn't the only, extracurricular educational activities that you guys do. So we're about to get into the regular portion of our agenda, which isn't nearly as exciting as voting you two onto the Youth Council unanimously. So anyone that doesn't want to sit through the rest of this meeting, that we're here for presentations, I'm going to give you an opportunity to leave the council chambers before we get started the regular business. However, you are free, and we'd be happy for you to stay and participate in the process, but it's totally up to you. And I know you young people are busy, so if you want to stay, you can stay. Otherwise, I'll give you a few minutes to file out.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Congratulations again.
Yeah, I think she is. Yes.
All right, next we will hear both the consent agenda and the direct-to-council consent agenda in full. Madam Clerk, will you read both agendas in full?
23-0260, a resolution authorizing the Director of Purchasing to enter into an agreement to replace the central fire station bay floor heaters with Art Lip and Sons in the amount of $79,819. 230584, a resolution to purchase 10 self-contained breathing apparatus from Municipal Energy Services for $100,080. 230605, a resolution authorizing an agreement with Humana to administer a Medicare Advantage plan for Medicare-eligible retirees for the period of January 1st, 2024 through December 31st, 2025. 230606, a resolution establishing Blue Cross Blue Shield Advantage HMO for group healthcare services for the period of January 1st, 2024 through December 31st, 2024. 230607, a resolution establishing OAP and Value HSA health insurance plans and rates effective January 1st, 2024 through December 31st, 2024. 230608, a resolution establishing health and dental insurance monthly rates of contributions for pre-Medicare retirees effective January 1st, 2024 through December 31st, 2024. 230616, a resolution authorizing agreement for administrative services with Cigna Health and Life Insurance Company for PPO and Value HSA Group Health Prescription Benefits Management, Flexible Spending, Dental Vision, COBRA, and Stop Loss Plan Administration for period January 1st, 2024 through December 31st, 2024. 230618, a resolution authorizing the Ward 1 Business Grant Program 50/50 match up to $5,000 per project per year for any qualifying businesses for the purpose of upgrading or improving the exterior of their property. 230623, a resolution establishing COBRA insurance monthly rates effective January 1st, 2024 to December 31st, 2024. 230630, an ordinance authorizing the purchase of 3.16 acre property located at 7 South 330 Eola Road to facilitate the construction of a new fire station number 9. 230634, an ordinance amending Chapter 25, Article 11, Section 25-266 of the Code of Ordinances. 230635, a resolution to approve change order number 1 with Geneva Construction Company in the amount of $160,000 for the Spruce Street water main repair and additional citywide resurfacing project costs. 230639, a resolution authorizing the Director of Purchasing to enter into a professional services agreement with Olea Networks of Texas for large water meter sensor and analytical services in the amount of $285,300. 230642, a resolution authorizing a contract with Performance Construction and Engineering of Plano, Illinois, in the amount of $858,878.00 for the East Park Avenue and South Avenue sewer separation and water main replacement project located in Wards 3 and 4. 230651, a resolution authorizing the Director of Purchasing to execute a contract with Tatisco of Yorkville, Illinois, in the amount of $219,179.90 for the installation of new river railing near the West Benton Street Bridge and replacement of deteriorated railing near the Tivoli Plaza. 230655, a resolution increasing the authorized amount due to the Illinois Department of Transportation for the city's share of the Illinois Route 34 grade crossing structure over the CN Railroad project to $320,509.59. 230675, a resolution authorizing the Director of Purchasing to accept per-ton dump fees from Rochelle Landfill for the disposal of non-special and special excavated spoils. 230693, a resolution authorizing Sun Life Insurance to provide life insurance services for January 1st, 2024 through December 31st, 2025. 230053, a resolution accepting the improvements and waiving the maintenance security for Village Bible Church parking lot improvement at 1401 West Galena Boulevard. 230676, a resolution accepting the improvements and waiving the maintenance security for West Aurora Plaza re-subdivision, West Galena Boulevard between Redwood Drive and east of North Constitution Drive. 230707, a resolution accepting the improvements and maintenance security for Sullivan Road Industrial, 2200 West Sullivan Road. 230708, a resolution accepting the improvements and maintenance security for Aurora University new dormitory at 398 South Evans Lawn Avenue. 230711, a resolution accepting the improvements and maintenance security for Jet Bright Car Wash at 1427 North Farnsworth. 230712, approval of the minutes of the Tuesday, August 22nd, 2023 City Council meeting. 230722, a resolution accepting the improvements and waiving the maintenance security for EASD Adventure Program, 1480 Reckinger Road. 230727, approval of the minutes of the Tuesday, September 5th, 2023 Special City Council meeting.
Second.
Motion made by Alderman Smith, second by Alderman Garza. Before we entertain those, that motion and second, are there any motions to remove any items from the consent agenda or the direct council consent agenda? Are there any questions on either the consent agenda or direct to council consent agenda? There being no questions or motions to remove any items, there being a motion and a second, Madam Clerk, will you call the roll?
Alderman Yamas?
Yes.
Alderwoman Garza?
Yes.
Alderman Masiacos?
Yes.
Alderman Donnell?
Yes.
Alderman Franco?
Yes.
Alderman Seville?
Yes.
Alderman Tolliver?
Yes.
Alderwoman Smith?
Yes.
Alderman Bug?
Yes.
Alderwoman Bade?
Yes.
Alderman Lash?
Yes.
Alderman Warman?
Yes.
12 yes, 0 no.
Motion carries. The consent agenda and direct to council consent agenda are both approved. Let's go on to unfinished business. Madam Clerk, will you read the first item under unfinished business?
230636, an ordinance establishing a conditional use plan development, approving the 110 Cross Street plan description and amending Chapter 49 of the Code of Ordinances by modifying the zoning map attached thereto to an underlying zoning of Downtown Fringe District for the property located at 110 Cross Street and 213 South River Street.
Been a motion made by Alderman Smith, second by Alderman Seville. Any questions or discussions on this item? There being none, Madam Clerk, will you call the roll?
Alderman Yamas?
Yes.
Alderwoman Garza?
Yes.
Alderman Masiacos?
Yes.
Alderman Donnell?
Yes.
Alderman Franco?
Yes.
Alderman Seville?
Yes.
Alderman Tolliver?
Yes.
Alderwoman Smith?
Yes.
Alderman Bug?
Yes.
Alderwoman Bade?
Yes.
Alderman Lash?
No.
Alderman Warman?
Yes.
11 yes, 1 no.
Motion carries. The ordinance is adopted. Madam Clerk, call the next item.
23-0637, a resolution approving a final plan for property located at 110 Cross Street for a restaurant, food, and beverage services use and multifamily dwelling use.
So moved. Second.
The motion made by Alderman Garza, second by Alderman Smith. Are there any questions or discussions regarding this resolution? There being none, Madam Clerk, will you call the roll?
Alderman Yamas?
Yes.
Alderwoman Garza?
Yes.
Alderman Masiacos?
Yes.
Alderman Donnell?
Yes.
Alderman Franco?
Yes.
Alderman Seville?
Yes.
Alderman Tolliver?
Yes.
Alderwoman Smith?
Yes.
Alderman Bug?
Yes.
Alderwoman Bade?
Yes.
Alderman Lash?
No.
Alderman Warman?
Yes.
11 yes, 1 no.
Motion carries. The resolution is approved. Read the next item.
230647, a resolution authorizing the chief financial officer to enter into an amended contract not to exceed the amount of $6,246,715 with Axon Enterprises for the continued support of body-worn and in-squad cameras, tasers, and an associated suite of related services provided by Axon Enterprises for the Aurora Police Department.
Second.
Motion made by Alderman Smith, seconded by Alderman Garza. Any questions or discussion on this item?
Quick statement, Mr. Mayor.
Alderman Lesh.
I just wanted to let the rest of the council understand my thinking on this and other Axon and similar Scientel installed surveillance contracts. I would vote for the use of the body cameras and the taser standing alone, but I'm voting no for the excess of surveillance through this Axon contract. I don't want to live in a police surveillance state with Scientel installed cameras on every corner overlaid with drone surveillance. I'd rather see us focused on bringing good-paying jobs to Aurora and other proven crime prevention strategies instead of expanding police powers for our citizens. So this will probably be a pretty much standing philosophy as I move forward on the council, but I want to give the rest of you an opportunity to understand my thinking in a no vote. Thank you.
I don't think we care.
Alderman Yamas.
Yes, as someone that lives in a part of the city where gunshots are not uncommon, I appreciate the surveillance that we have set in place here in the city and that we're expanding to keep our residents safe. I wanted people to hear the opposite end of that too.
Alderman Smith.
I'm going to keep my comments to myself right now. Call the question, please.
All right. Any other questions or comments? There being none, Madam Clerk, will you call the roll?
Alderman Yamas?
Yes.
Alderwoman Garza?
Yes.
Alderman Masiacos?
Yes.
Alderman Donnell?
Yes.
Alderman Franco?
Yes.
Alderman Seville?
Yes.
Alderman Tolliver?
Yes.
Alderwoman Smith?
Yes.
Alderman Bug?
Yes.
Alderwoman Babe?
Yes.
Alderman Lash?
No.
Alderman Warman?
Yes.
11 yes, 1 no.
Motion carries, resolution is approved. Read the next item.
23-0682, an ordinance approving the City of Aurora River Vine Tax Increment Financing District Redevelopment Project Area Redevelopment Plan
Second.
and Project.
There's been a motion by Alderman Seville, seconded by Alderman Smith. Any questions or discussions on this particular item?
Mr. Mayor.
Alderman Lesh.
I just want to take an opportunity to read to the official record 3 statements to the discussion that we've had ongoing for several months now. First and foremost, to counter the narrative that somehow TIFs lower property taxes, there's a reason that some of the people who oppose TIFs consider these a backdoor property tax for these 2 reasons. Anytime that we add more people or buildings to our city, like we're about to do with these 200 new apartments and numerous other similar projects, we also create a demand for more city services. In fact, voting recently on a new fire station, in the body camera discussion, it was alluded to that we'll be adding on more police officers. In addition to police and fire, there will be increased traffic congestion, the need to improve infrastructure, more traffic control devices, more people to inspect the new rental properties, not to mention new kids in our schools. And all of these things cost more money, and someone has to pay for them. And if we create this TIF, the tax dollars from the new EAV will not be going to pay for those city services or fund our schools. Secondly, all of these projects are being paid for upfront with taxpayer-funded subsidies, which means that the taxpayers are being asked to foot the bill, along with interest that will be paid on the bond or LOC. So the person who's being asked to pay more is the existing Aurora taxpayer. The end result is that the developer gets a sweetheart deal. The rest of us all pay higher property taxes. The second point that I want to make is that I'm not alone in saying that TIFs divert money from our public schools, libraries, parks, even more of our own general revenue fund, because it is true. This isn't fabricated, or in the words of some here, a lie or misinformation. Those opposing the Arlington Heights Bears TIF are saying the exact same thing that I'm saying. Under a TIF arrangement, this is a quote from the District 15 Superintendent Laura Hines, said at a recent community meeting, if the taxpayer money is diverted away from the school, Hines says the district will need to seek financial assistance from elsewhere to fully fund their schools due to the necessary expansion coming from the growth of the Bears plan. These are the same arguments that are being made in Sugar Grove, even as we speak, by people organizing against the Crown Warehouse development for a $127 billion TIF. These are the same arguments being made by an astute, well-informed District 204 member, school board member who's opposing Aurora's Ogden and 75th Street So I want to be clear, I'm going to continue using this language because it's factual. Additionally, I'm going to continue to organize our community, and this includes talking to elected officials of other taxing bodies. I'll be using alderman funds to invite TIF experts into our city and hold more public meetings on TIFs. I will make sure to invite members of this council if you want to be part of that discussion and hear the other side of the story. And then the third point that I want to address is that TIFs are somehow going to yield a windfall of tax revenue down the road. And while this might be true in some cases, I guess my first thought is without a TIF, the city would benefit from the increased revenue immediately. So why are we even considering delaying that tax revenue for 20 or 23 years when the upfront expenses are here and now? Consider the original casino TIF promise a windfall, and then over 30 years later, we're still waiting for that. And ultimately, District 131 will just see a few years of benefits before the casino moves. And furthermore, as you look at what we're doing tonight in TIF District 3, after a 23-year TIF, we're going to extend to another 23-year micro TIF, no windfall. Another example, TIF District 1 expired. We drew a micro TIF around the Hobbs building for another 23 years, continue to engage in the subsidies for restaurants like La Quinta, Amore Mio, after spending almost $50 million out of TIF District 1. So I guess, this is my perspective and what I'll be advancing forward. I just wanted to share these few thoughts. I don't fully expect that.
Thank you, Alderman. We appreciate that.
It'll
Now,
teach you.
hold
So
on.
thank
Now,
you.
what I'd like, before I give the opportunity for our alderman to speak, and I'm sure, as I see the faces around the council table here, that aldermen want to speak. I don't see Chris Minnick in the room. Is Chris Minnick here? So if we could have Chris Minnick step into the room for a second so we can ask him a few questions. Mr. Minnick, our CFO, clearly Alderman Lash isn't paying attention to every time you step up in front of this council and tell them that we've reduced our property tax rate and added $1 billion of value to our city over the last, during this administration, while using TIF dollars. So can you explain that one more time so he understands?
Yes, well, as we've discussed, the TIF revenue, the main premise of the TIF revenue is that the development wouldn't even happen if it weren't for the TIF revenue that is to be recognized and to be utilized to assist in the construction of the new development. So that's kind of the first factor. And so the revenue, or the discussion about increased revenue, that revenue wouldn't even exist but for the creation of the TIF and the utilization of that revenue for the development of the property. Additionally, so the revenue is created by the development, goes into the TIF district, and is utilized to pay for those incentives in that particular case.
So to be clear, even though the alderman keeps spewing this false information, hold on. There is no tax dollars. There is no tax dollars from any property tax going to pay off these developments. It comes from the increase or increment that they create.
That's correct.
Thank you very much. Mr. Alexander, I'd like you to step up to the podium just for a second. I don't know where Alderman Lash grew up, but, for those of us that actually, are from Aurora and grew up here, how many decades, generations, did many of these properties sit vacant before we use this tool to spur economic development in our city?
Mr. Mayor, in some cases, 50 or 60 years plus, so multiple decades.
Thank you very much. Any questions for the councilman? Alderman Frank.
I'm just going to make a comment, basically going to reiterate what you just said. We can find studies anywhere. We can find people to agree and disagree with us, but what you can't argue with is math. Math is tax rates going down, right? Math is $1 billion extra in assets, and the math is 50 and 60 years of nothing and something that are happening now. You can find whatever you want, but this is a success story that doesn't even, you don't have to read between the lines. These are actual things that have happened. So I'm just going to leave it at that, because I can find people to say whatever. This is the facts, and if you just go with the facts, you got to go this way. So that's all I got to say.
Alderman Smith.
Yes, thank you. I didn't call point of order because I wanted to allow the alderman to get all of his ridiculousness out. These are made-up facts. These are made-up people. I happen to know the people in District 204. These are made-up municipalities that don't even touch the success that we have in the economic development that we have in the city of Aurora. And furthermore, and most disturbing, is an alderman would sit at this table in this room and say that he's going to spend city dollars on bringing outside people in to talk to us about TIFs. I am appalled, and I hope all of my colleagues are appalled too, that you would use city dollars to fight against something that has made our city so successful. That's all I have to say.
Any other questions or comments? Alderman Donnell?
Hey, thanks, Mr. Mayor. I want to talk a little bit about the Copley redevelopment that wouldn't have happened without a TIF, without a micro TIF around that. This was a building that sat for 25 years with broken windows, kids getting in there, thinking it's the world's greatest haunted house, and it really had a negative effect on that neighborhood, the Fourth Ward neighborhood. And I think this is one of the most noble projects that we have worked on to turn that facility around. A few weeks ago, I went there for the picnic for the Bloomhaven, for the kids with disability. Their parents came, and they were overwhelmed with what we have done here and what we have provided. Some had said that their children were going as far away as Texas or New Jersey to try to find housing that wasn't near as good as this. So I think that's the best example I can think of, except for maybe the Premium Outlet Mall, which we've talked about in the past. But something where we have taken a blighted area that affected the neighborhood and turned it around.
Question, any other comments or questions? All right, before we go, I'm sorry, Alderman Bay, did you have something?
He touched the point, Alderman Donnell already touched the point about the most successful and one of the best TIF created in the nation, which is our outlet mall, and we are the home of that TIF. So we should be proud of it.
All right, before we move on, Mr. Alexander, do you want to step up one more time? I just want to explain to the alderman, who also clearly isn't paying attention, that about our relationships with our school districts and how we partner with them, and they agree on how we use these tools to help their areas.
Correct. We have spent a lot of time since 2017, not just through the formation of the Aurora Education Commission, but we have quarterly economic update meetings with all of the school districts, all at the same time, where we go over individually economic development projects in their district as well as collectively. I'm not sure, it's the first I've heard about some individuals perhaps at the 204 board. Again, elected officials have their right to disagree. There may be, it's the first I've heard that there's a 204 elected official.
Is that correct?
I'm sorry?
We have a signed agreement.
I was just going to say that we worked very hard to come up with a agreement that both the 204 school board and this council passed that allowed for all that magnificent development at Fox Valley Mall. So once again, we were faced there with an opportunity of a mall leaving, creating blight, and likely a far less valued development versus working out the agreement we did with 204. We did it through very extensive discussions with their board, at their board meetings. We had open houses. We met with all the residents. In fact, we stayed till the very last person at Calvary Church that one night, hours of discussion, and then formulated what ultimately became a very positive move. And we avoided litigation, which some other cities and school districts unfortunately have not done. So we not only moved the ball forward, but we saved the time, expense, and angst of unnecessary litigation for the area. And you can see the results in 204, and we'll take the same approach with Mr. Minnick's help, our experts, the subject matter experts we have both on staff and consulting, to take the highest and best use and value strategically with TIFs going forward.
What did the District 308 administration say about TIFs just the other day when we met with them?
We met with the new superintendent and a number of their new boards, including their new CFO. They to say they were ecstatic was an understatement about the Del Webb development that is going to pump millions of dollars, much-needed dollars, into School District 308, who prior to Del Webb had significant financial challenges. One of the elements, Mayor, and you're well aware of this, when we're talking to the districts, we want to know frequently what's happening. Where are they on the curve? Have they had their bubble of kids already, or are they anticipating kids? So 308 clearly needed more revenue. There was
Specifically about TIFs, what they said.
They were 100% behind TIFs. In fact, their new CFO said he is a proponent of TIFs responsibly, appropriately, like he knows we've done here in the city of Aurora. And the same with the superintendent.
And both 129 and 131, who we both done TIF district in both their areas with the redevelopment of the Hobbs and the terminal and the Keystone, did they have an agreement on us doing that before we entered into it?
That is correct. They did.
Any questions based on that? Alderman?
Not on that, I just have a comment, so
Alderman
whenever you're done with that.
Thank
So,
you, Alderman. Thank you, Alex.
Mr. Mayor, quick
No, no,
question.
hold on. I'll come to you in a second, Alderman. So go ahead.
all I can say is I've kept quiet here enough, and I just find it personally offensive that you can sit there and say a sweetheart deal with the TIF. You have no idea the sacrifices made for Copley. No idea the sacrifices we've made for that project when I was involved with it. It's offensive for you to say that, and I guarantee you never set foot in that place to see the good that that place is doing right now, to see the adults that are there from Texas, New Jersey, California, that actually have a life now because of the sacrifices those guys made and the city helped get that place built. Is offensive that you would say that's a sweetheart deal. That's it.
Alderman Seville?
Yes, Mayor, I just want to say that when the TIF district legislation was first established in the state of Illinois in the 1980s, there was no clause in that district to allow the school districts an opportunity to object. Since that time, the state of Illinois and Springfield listened to the school districts throughout the state and put that legislation in there, so they do have the ability to object to a TIF if they did not agree with it. And I think that's the benefit to our community, because then everybody has a seat at the table. And it was mentioned earlier, the most successful TIF district in the history of the state of Illinois has been the Outlet Premium Mall. Not only did it establish a wonderful economic pillar, so to speak, of our community, but it helped resolve much needed flooding problems that we need to help with the neighbors downstream. Didn't solve all of them, but it was a big step in the puzzle to help, including with the nut farm acquisition to put in the retention farm, or the retention area there, the reservoir, and then of all the storm sewer improvements. So it was a partnership, that whole region, and that TIF helped begin the resolving of the flooding issues. So I think TIFs are a good tool, and you have to look at the economics and the balance of it, determine whether it's economically feasible and a benefit to the community, whether it's a good idea or not. And I think we're doing that.
Thank you much. Any other aldermen who haven't spoken yet? Alderman Book?
Thank you. I think the most important thing stated today was by Mr. Alexandru, who said a responsible TIF. Because there can be abuses in TIFs. There can be. By municipality, by people controlling them. And that is why we are charged to look at those things and examine them. And we try to do that. With the meetings with 204, there were people who had concerns, and those concerns were addressed. As Mr. Alexandru said, we had open houses. I was standing next to you at the open house at Calvary Church. And sure, there were concerns that money being funneled away from 204, but of course the flip side of that is, Sears had already closed, other stores leaving, and you have gone into towns where their mall is what? A ghost town. Now, 204 didn't want a ghost town in their district. So, yes, TIFs are a tool to be used, and we are called to use them responsibly, and I believe we have to date, and we are charged to continue to do that.
Any other comments? All right, well, with that.
Quick question.
No, you are going to recognize. With that, Madam Clerk, call the roll.
Alderman Yamas?
Yes.
Alderwoman Garza.
Yes.
Alderman Masiacos.
Yes.
Alderman Donnell.
Yes.
Alderman Franco.
Yes.
Alderman Seville.
Yes.
Alderman Tolliver.
Yes.
Alderwoman Smith.
Yes.
Alderman Bug.
Yes.
Alderwoman Bade.
Yes.
Alderman Lash.
No.
Alderman Warman.
Yes.
11 yes, 1 no.
Motion carries. The ordinance is adopted. Madam Clerk, read the next item.
23-0681, an ordinance designating the River Vine Tax Increment Financing District redevelopment project area.
So moved.
Second.
There's been a motion made by Alderman Smith, seconded by Alderman Seville. Questions or discussion? There have been none. Madam Clerk, call the roll.
Alderman Yamas.
Yes.
Alderwoman Garza.
Yes.
Alderman Masiacos.
Yes.
Alderman Donnell.
Yes.
Alderman Franco.
Yes.
Alderman Seville.
Yes.
Alderman Tolliver.
Yes.
Alderwoman Smith.
Yes.
Alderman Bug.
Yes.
Alderwoman Bade.
Yes.
Alderman Lash.
No.
Alderman Warman.
Yes.
11 yes, 1 no.
Motion carries. The ordinance is adopted. Read the next item.
23-0683, an ordinance adopting tax increment financing for the City of Aurora River Vine Tax Increment Financing District.
So moved.
Motion
Second.
made by Alderman Smith, seconded by Alderman, was that Garza? Made the second. Who was that?
Second.
Alderman Garza. Question or discussion?
Just a quick question, follow up on, I believe it was
It's a question, right?
Chief of Staff. What was the reason for litigation, avoiding litigation?
That is not involved in this particular, that has nothing to do with this particular item.
I understand it doesn't have to do with this
Yeah,
item, but
we'll
it's
talk about
used
that.
as rationale.
Hold on a second. Hold
for
on a
this
second. Hold on
item.
a second. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I don't recognize you. So that has nothing to do with this particular item. So if you want to talk to him about it later, feel free to call and talk to him about it. But that has nothing to do with this particular item here. So unless you have a question on this item we're talking about, Madam Clerk, call the roll.
Alderman Yamas.
Yes.
Alderwoman Garza.
Yes.
Alderman Masiacos.
Yes.
Alderman Donnell.
Yes.
Alderman Franco.
Yes.
Alderman Seville.
Yes.
Alderman Tolliver.
Yes.
Alderwoman Smith.
Yes.
Alderman Bug.
Yes.
Alderwoman Bade.
Yes.
Alderman Lash.
No.
Alderman Warman.
Yes.
11 yes, 1 no.
Motion carries. The ordinance is adopted. Read the next item.
23-0685, an ordinance approving the City of Aurora Cross Street Tax Increment Financing District redevelopment project
So
area
moved.
redevelopment
Second.
plan and project.
There's been a motion made by Alderman Seville, second by Alderman Garza. Are there any questions or discussions on this particular item?
Just one quick question.
Question.
This is in current TIF District 3. Our TIF reports are not available on the comptroller's website as they are delinquent, so I can't see how much money is currently in TIF District 3.
So is your question, how much money is in?
How much money is in TIF District 3?
Mr. Minnick?
Off the top of my head, Alderman, I don't know that answer, but I can research it and get it to you tomorrow.
All right, thank you. Any other question?
No, just,
All right, thank
my
you.
quick rationale was to see how much was in there before we created another
well.
TIF. Thank you.
There are no further questions. Madam Clerk, call the roll.
Alderman Yamas.
Yes.
Alderwoman Garza.
Yes.
Alderman Masiacos.
Yes.
Alderman Donnell.
Yes.
Alderman Franco.
Yes.
Alderman Seville.
Yes.
Alderman Tolliver.
Yes.
Alderwoman Smith.
Yes.
Alderman Bug.
Yes.
Alderwoman Bade.
Yes.
Alderman Lash.
No.
Alderman Warman.
Yes.
11 yes, 1 no.
Motion carries. The ordinance is adopted. Madam Clerk, will you call the next item?
23-0684, an ordinance designating the City of Aurora Cross Street Tax Increment Financing District redevelopment project area.
So moved.
Second.
There's been a motion made by Alderman Smith, seconded by Alderman Garza. Questions or discussions on this item? There being none, Madam Clerk, call the roll.
Alderman Yamas.
Yes.
Alderwoman Garza.
Yes.
Alderman Masiacos.
Yes.
Alderman Donnell.
Yes.
Alderman Franco.
Yes.
Alderman Seville.
Yes.
Alderman Tolliver.
Yes.
Alderwoman Smith.
Yes.
Alderman Bug.
Yes.
Alderwoman Bade.
Yes.
Alderman Lash.
No.
Alderman Warman.
Yes.
11 yes, 1 no.
Motion carries. The ordinance is adopted. Read the next item.
23-0686, an ordinance adopting tax increment financing for the City of Aurora Cross Street Tax Increment Financing District.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Alderman Smith, seconded by Alderman Garza. Questions or discussions on this particular item?
Yes.
Alderman Bug.
Yeah, I'm just following up to the Alderman's question. Are there documents that we are supposed to file with the comptroller, supposed to be on file?
We do have a comptroller's report that we need to file on all of the TIF districts. As we had discussed previously, the audit this year was held up due to the implementation of GASB 87, which has nothing to do with TIFs. It has to do with leases and those items. Though the audit has now been finalized, and we will be in the process of filing all those required reports.
Okay. Is it per se past due?
Pardon me?
Is it per se past due, or it is?
Yes, and we did request an extension from the comptroller's office as well.
That was granted?
We did.
Okay, thank you.
Alderman Lash?
When do we expect to get those reports filed with the comptroller?
The reports are finished, and I can, I'll check on that tomorrow, but I believe we can file them as, if they have not already been filed, we can file them as early as tomorrow.
How long was the extension?
Until, I don't believe there was a specific date that was given in the extension. I would need to go back and look at that.
But the extension was approved?
Yes, it was.
Thank you. Just a question.
No, and then we'll be uploading those to our website also, correct?
Yes, I believe we do upload them to the website as well. If not, we will make sure that they are available, yes.
Thank you.
Any other questions from the council? There being none, Madam Clerk, call the roll.
Alderman Yamas?
Yes.
Alderwoman Garza?
Yes.
Alderman Masiacos?
Yes.
Alderman Donnell?
Yes.
Alderman Franco?
Yes.
Alderman Seville?
Yes.
Alderman Tolliver?
Yes.
Alderwoman Smith?
Yes.
Alderman Bug?
Yes.
Alderwoman Bade?
Yes.
Alderman Lash?
No.
Alderman Warman?
Yes.
11 yes, 1 no.
Motion carries. The ordinance is adopted. Read the last item.
23-0687, a resolution ratifying the purchase of upgraded SCADA system software for the Water Production Division.
So moved.
Second.
There's a motion made by Alderman Smith, seconded by Alderman Garza. Other questions or discussions on this item? There being none, Madam Clerk, call the roll.
Alderman Yamas?
Yes.
Alderwoman Garza?
Yes.
Alderman Masiacos?
Yes.
Alderman Donnell?
Yes.
Alderman Franco?
Yes.
Alderman Seville?
Yes.
Alderman Tolliver?
Yes.
Alderwoman Smith?
Yes.
Alderman Bug?
Yes.
Alderwoman Bade?
Yes.
Alderman Lash?
Yes.
Alderman Warman?
Yes.
12 yes, 0 no.
Motion carries. The resolution is approved. That concludes unfinished business. Let's go on to new business. Is there a motion to suspend the rules to consider items that are new business?
Second.
Motion made by Alderman Smith, seconded by Alderman Franco. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Alderman Yamas?
Yes.
Alderwoman Garza?
Yes.
Alderman Masiacos?
Yes.
Alderman Donnell?
Yes.
Alderman Franco?
Yes.
Alderman Seville?
Yes.
Alderman Tolliver?
Yes.
Alderwoman Smith?
Yes.
Alderman Bug?
Yes.
Alderwoman Bade?
Yes.
Alderman Lash?
Yes.
Yes.
Alderman Warman?
Yes.
12 yes, 0 no.
All right. Will the clerk please read the title of the item under new business?
23-0723, a resolution granting the advice and consent of the City Council to the mayor's appointment of Alderperson Brandon Tolliver to the standing committees of the City Council.
So moved.
Motion made by Alderman Garza, seconded by Alderman Franco. Are any questions or discussions on this item? There being none, Madam Clerk, call the roll.
Alderman Yamas?
Yes.
Alderwoman Garza?
Yes.
Alderman Masiacos?
Yes.
Alderman Donnell?
Yes.
Alderman Franco?
Yes.
Alderman Seville?
Yes.
Alderman Tolliver?
Yes.
Alderwoman Smith?
Yes.
Alderman Bug?
Yes.
Alderwoman Bade?
Yes.
Alderman Lash?
Yes.
Alderman Warman?
Yes.
12 yes, 0 no.
Motion carries. The resolution is approved. Again, congratulations on being put on two of the committees in the City Council. All right, I'm sorry, Alderman Franco.
If I may ask Alderman Tolliver, prepare yourself. The budget season's coming up, and the book is about this thick, so you can get a head start on that.
I've seen it already. I've
All right, there is no need for a closed session this evening. I'm sorry. We got to pay the bills. There a motion to approve and pay the bills. Motion made by Alderman Franco, seconded by Alderman Garza. Are there any questions or discussions on any items on the bills list? There being none, Madam Clerk, will you call the roll?
Alderman Yamas?
Yes.
Alderwoman Garza?
Yes.
Alderman Masiacos?
Yes.
Alderman Donnell?
Yes.
Alderman Franco?
Yes.
Alderman Seville?
Yes.
Alderman Tolliver?
Yes.
Alderwoman Smith?
Yes.
Alderman Bug?
Yes.
Alderwoman Bade?
Yes.
Alderman Lash?
Yes.
Alderman Warman?
Yes.
12 yes, 0 no.
Motion carries. The bills are approved. There's been a motion to adjourn by Alderman Smith, seconded by
Second.
Alderman Masiacos. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. This meeting is hereby adjourned.
Can everybody comment?